So I've got my TP10 here and I've got my other battery. This is my newer battery using my camper van, and I've just actually taken off the sheathing off here because we've still got an issue with this connector here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hook up an SCA to the other side of here. Here's my 12 volt inputs here, and then we're going to see if we can work out what the problem is with this. Put the black one on here. There we go. I've reversed the polarity on this. Just to explain that, this one is positive coming out through the black wire, but as you can see, when you get the black wire to here, it changes to red. So ideally you'd need negative and positive versions of these to keep the red going to red, but because they're the same connector, the black will flip to the red and the red will flip to the black. Therefore we need to make sure we've got power up. Now you can see now that the lights are on. If we waggle these wires, let's see if we can get it to switch on and off at all. No. Now, I'll let you into a secret. When I took the sheath off here, I actually found that this red wire hadn't been punched together one side. So, I actually did that quite quickly, and it seems to have resolved the issue now. Yep, so that seems fixed, to be frank. That seems fixed. But now we've got a second problem, haven't we? Because listen to this. Something's kind of not working in there. Now look, this is under warranty, but I really need it for this weekend. So I think I can take these screws off reliably and just have a little look at what's going on in there. I'll be very, very careful to make sure I don't damage any of the screws. Let's see if I can get that in. Well, it won't go in. And then I think we need to have a little look inside, see what's happened. Okay, we need to put it this way round. So let's put it this way around. Oh, okay, that's pretty simple. So something is a bit wibbly wobbly here. First thing I've noticed is, let's put this camera in a better position. So first thing I've noticed, this is a bit wonky on here. Yeah, that's just not been put on properly, has it? Which is annoying because that's kind of like the waterproof seal, but that's not been put on properly at all. And then, I don't know, let's give this a little whirl now. Okay. I wonder why it's making that little noise. Bring that into the middle a little. On this cog, just see, it definitely feels smoother when it's on the middle. The motor feels fine. So let's give that another little whirl. Yeah, just moves. Okay, I think we're going to just have to leave that. I think there's nothing we can do. The only thing potentially I could do is put a bit of oil on there, but I don't know whether I really want to put a bit of oil on the rubber part. So everything else looks fine. I think we're just going to have to run with it, and if it kind of fails, it fails, doesn't it? We're going to have to deal with it at that time. So I might put a little notice out. I might ask them about that and send a video to Simrad, see if they'll sort of do anything. But at the moment, it's right in the middle of the season. I need it. So I'm going to put it back together, and we're going to run with it. Oh, I don't know. It feels a bit lumpy that way. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, at least we've checked that out, and that's now fine. That'll do. Just get a little bit of black on there, don't you? Yeah. Okay, so that'll do. That'll keep it nice and honest. So hopefully that's the TP10 fix, and we'll just have to keep our eye on that little rumble. It seemed all fine though inside, so yeah, we'll just have to keep going. I've been buying a few bits and bobs. First thing is this JB Weld, and I think it's called JB Weld 650, I think it's called, and it's really good stuff. I saw it on the Alex Hibbert YouTube channel. Go and check that out if you've not watched it. He's like an explorer actually, and he's currently renovating one of those big orange lifeboats and doing a really good job of it. And he recommended that this is like an epoxy, but it's particularly strong, sticking metal to fiberglass. Now, I'm thinking instead of drilling holes through my fiberglass and putting my little lacing hooks that are going to be used for my spray cover and my tent, I could try welding them on. So I bought a little bit of this. Probably, you know, it says it's good for marine and plumbing. You know, it's probably good stuff anyway to have on board, isn't it? A bit of epoxy fixing sort of stuff. So we're going to give that a go. And these are little 6mm, I think they're called rope stoppers. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use those for in a minute later on in the video. I'm going to pop those down here for now because we're going to use all of those, I think. The next thing I now bought two things that I'm hoping I'll never ever use. So it sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But the first one is this. Flares. This is a coastal pack, so it consists of 2 parachute flares or rocket flares. It consists of 2 red hand flares and 2 orange hand smokes. So let's go and have a look. These are the Payne's Wessex versions. So I think the Seago were £100. These were £128. Now, the reason I bought these are because, well, for a few reasons really. First of all, these are the brand that you buy. This is what all the big boats have. You know, they're supposed to be a better, longer, brighter shine, you know. So, you know, I figured, well, for the extra £28, probably worth it. The other reason is this container is much slimmer than the Seago one, so I knew it would fit in the boat a lot better. The other reason is they actually might be more expensive, but they do have a longer expiry date. So we can have a quick look at these. That's a rocket flare. That is the orange smoke, I think. Yeah. And then we've got these little red hand flares. So I'll explain roughly what these do. The rocket one is one that you, I don't know how to open these yet, I need to have a look, but I think you pull the top off and then you twist the bottom, and that will then shoot an actual flare with a parachute on it, and that's designed to hang in the air to, you know, to give you a maximum sort of distress signal. It should be able to alert boats or land or whatever, you know, for a fair few miles really, and it's designed to go right up in the air and try and hang there as long as possible, to sort of show that you're in distress. The orange hand smoke is for daytime use, and this just, you hold it, I guess you twist that again and you hold it in your hand, and that just gives you a big load of orange smoke. So in the daytime that's very visible. Also, I'm told on my day skipper course that when you are being rescued by a particular helicopter, they may ask you, or you may actually light one of these as the helicopter approaches, because it will tell the helicopter which way the wind is going. I don't know whether the boats ask you, like a lifeboat would ask that either. They probably have a better idea, but it gives them a really good indication of how the wind is sort of swirling around the boat. And the last one is the red flare, and this is for use at night. So this one will be a big bright red flare, and again it will show your position when you can sort of hear help is at hand. So those are the flares. I get 2 of each, and you know, it's you know, the hope is that I will never ever need to use them. If they do expire, then we'll need to have a play with those, won't we? But I want to be very, very careful. You should never let these off unless you are in distress. So you know, we'll try and maybe find a way of once they expire, you know, giving them a test on camera. But you know, other than that, yeah, these will sit on the boat when we go to sea, and they'll just sit there, and hopefully we'll never ever need to use you. Oh, the next thing I just bought a couple of things. This is plastic spoons from Decathlon. Say plastic spoons. They're plastic spoons and knife and fork. Let's get those off there. Very cheap, a couple of quid. They snap together. And the reason I've got these for the boat are they don't rust because they're plastic, and also they won't scratch my little pot. You know, my jet boil pot. So it'd be nice to be able to cook something in the jet boil and then just eat it straight out of there. But if you've got a metal spoon, then you're going to scratch the non-stick on the pot. So they're pretty cool. They all stick together like that, and then you can sort of hang them together like that. So yeah, a couple of quid. Probably need to buy one of those every so often, but they're brilliant. They're going to go on the boat and probably live there, because as you may know, the last few sailing videos I've stopped for lunch and forgotten my knife and fork and spoon. This is a little towel, so I thought at the same time it's a microfiber towel. It packs up super tight, super tiny, and you know, it means that I'll be able to have like a little shower or a bath, or just clean myself, you know, basically. And I've got a towel, or maybe even some towel if I stay on the beach, you know. It's very, very compact for the size, so you know that's what you need when you're travelling on a dinghy. Try and find how we get in here. I don't know if any of you have guessed what it is yet, but it's actually a PLB, Personal Locator Beacon. Now, I opted to go for the Rescue Me, one of these. The other really good make is Link Q Res, I think they're called. The reason I went for this model in particular is that it has a slightly better battery in it. It's much smaller, and actually even I'm surprised at how tiny that is. Look at that. That's absolutely tiny. So this you should be able to tuck away in your life jacket somewhere. It also comes with a whole range. Well, there's a little lanyard, a tether. It also comes with a little clip that you can clip onto it, and then that will go around your life jacket, or you know, some other tether point on you. And I just love the way it's oh yeah, look at that. I just love the way how tiny it is, and you know, it does everything that any other PLB does. It's got the dual channel 406 and 121 megahertz. So the 406 is the satellite system that, you know, the EPIRBs use, and the 121 megahertz is the homing beacon, which allows boats equipped with the certain equipment to actually home in and lock onto your signal when you're a little bit closer. It's got 66 GPS detectors, and this is the antenna. That's another reason I've got this. The antenna is really quite cool the way it comes out, and then you ideally want the antenna that way up for maximum detection. Let's wind that away, and then it's very easy to use as well. So it doesn't have a display. I mean, they're getting more and more complicated, these things, every day. I decided for my first one I'd go for a non-display. You know, you flip this open, you press the power button there for 3 seconds, I think, and then it's off. So, you know, or say it's on basically, and then someone's going to hopefully come and get you. You can use this anywhere in the world, not just on the sea. You can use them in, you know, if you're hiking or going up a mountain. And, you know, the size of that, you know, if I'm ever doing anything, it might be worth, you know, just carrying it, because look at the size of it. I can't believe how small that is. So really glad I've got it. We've got to get it registered. So I've already got my VHF account, so I need to register that on that account. Once I've done that, we just take it with us. One little tip someone did mention to me is these are brilliant, but that door, if you put it in a bag, the door can get wedged open, and you know, you can accidentally press that button. So someone did say to have a little band of elastic around there, or a little bit of tape, just keeps that honest, you know, as long as you can flick it open when you need to, you know, that's the main thing. So yeah, we'll pop that away for now and we'll come back to that. So this is something I've just made. I've made it from my elastic that I used for, or spare elastic that I used for my dinghy cover when I replaced that over the winter, and then one of these little rope stoppers. And what I've made is one of these little elastic stoppers, but much bigger. And what these are designed to do is go around my sails like I've got already, but they're just too small. And then, you know, they'll tether the sail really quickly. I want to make some for my mizzen sail, and I want to make some for the mainsail as well, because they're really important to get these tethered up. And the trick will be getting these the right size. This elastic is very strong, so you can see, you know, they've got quite a strong elasticity to them. This elastic might not actually be very suitable, but what we're going to do, we're going to test various lengths of these. So I've got this one, and I'm going to do another slightly bigger one, and we're going to get that done now, and then we'll take them down to the boat, and you know, we'll see what if that size works, and then we'll make a bunch of them at the right sizes. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how I made this. So first thing you need is a bit of elastic. Now, this was actually 80 centimetres. Let me just double check that, because that's like 35, and then there was a bit more to tie it, you make the knots. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this one 100 centimetres. Just stops them from unravelling a little bit more. There we go. We use another length of very thin, this is just thin builder's string. From the little hole side, we thread that in there. And then this just needs, it's just come unraveled a little bit. So we'll just cut that. And we'll put that piece in through there. So then what you can do, look, you can hang it and you've got a loop, but don't let go because this will just slip off. Then what we're going to do is thread that through and get it roughly equal like that. And then what we can do now is pull that through. So we've got it like that, and we're going to pull it through that way. And because it's quite elastic, we should get that through. There we go. There we go. See, so that's come all the way through. You don't need that anymore. So now what we need to do is pull it a little bit further through. There we go. And now the next step is to tie some knots. Now I just tie a standard knot on the end of here. Ooh, let's just get rid of that. And then, you know, push it down as far as it will go, like that. And then I give it a good old tug. Oh, that cracking was the nylon on the end, by the way, not my teeth. And again, we do the same with this side. There we go. I'd normally use a pair of pliers, and then, but I haven't got them with me at the moment. And then the next job is, I'm just going over the side here, is just to cut those pretty close. Just cut your edges off pretty close. The next one needs a little bit of force just to get it to click in. But you can just, there you go, it just feels it goes in like that. There you go, and now we've got another one like that. One a little bit bigger than the other one. This is designed to go around the gaff and the mast and the sail. And then this one, maybe the mizzen. So this time what I've done is I've threaded one side through already. I'm now going to give that a little knot, as same as the other ones I've just made, and then that will just pull up. Hang on. that will now just pull up inside there. We'll trim, let's trim that now. Just trim and finish it. There we go. So there you go, that's nice and neat. And this time, what I would like to use is have one piece of line that will go round. Now, that's interesting, isn't it? So there's a few ways we could do it. First of all, we could just create a loop like this that we know that will go through, and that will create our elasticated sort of holder. That's way too big. Yeah, and you've got loads more elastication there. So what we could do is, maybe that was quite big. So I'm going to cut that off here. Make these edges good. Oh. Make those edges good. And then we could either do just a loop like this, or we could do a little bowline, couldn't we? The bowline probably uses no more. Well, let's just make sure we get that the right way. And then all we've got to do is make sure we've got the right amount of loop there. There we go. Oh, that bowline wants to come undone, doesn't it, unfortunately? So I know what we'll do. We'll just do a little loop bend there, like that. And then what we'll do is adjust this and trim to fit. So that will, the idea of that, it'll go round. Let's do a little test just here. So it'll kind of go round your mast and whatnot. You'll stretch it over, and then there we go. You'll have something like that. That's obviously a bit big. So what I might do is take some of these down with me, or take the elastic down with me this week, and see if we can make the last remaining few of these up, because it would be really helpful actually if we could have these on board.